Hello, hello, hello! How's everyone doing today? Is the light, is it darker than normal, or am I just blind? I might just be blind. Let me play with the, 1 second here. 1 second here. I gotta play with the ISO. Bump that up, bump that up. More light. There we go. I think we're good there. Are we good there? Yeah, I think we're good there. Is my lighting off? Am I lighting off? Somebody, does it look like it normally looks? Do I gotta fix something? I gotta fix the ISO or something? What's going on here? What's going on here? Why does this not look right? Something don't look right here. ISO's locked. No, that's right. No, that's right. Yeah, maybe I'm just seeing stuff. Maybe I'm just seeing it's a little dark. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks a little dark, but I don't want to bump it up too much because it would blow out the specular mapping. Anyways, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, cool. We'll roll with it. At least it's not green. I know that camera's not even on. Let me turn it on. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Okay, so we gotta swap some lenses here. So yeah, cold and windy. Yeah, it's cold here too. I had to. I came out this morning. So I filmed everything I needed for the this week's video, which is I'm editing right now. I filmed it all yesterday, and it was cold yesterday. But I had to come out today, this morning, and film some extra shots. And it was chilly out here. It was chilly. By the way, Soviet Helios M44-2 lens. It's very fun for whatchamacallit stuff. There. I use it for anytime I got to film like a product shot, like a proper, or actually shoot, one second. I gotta take the battery off before it dies. But I use it anytime I got to film like a product shot or something. So like B-roll or thumbnail or something. And it really nice because it's got the swirly bokeh. You can tell I was filming stuff because I got stuff everywhere right now. So this video Thursday, hopefully. If I can get it edited in time, Thursday. If not Thursday, Saturday or Sunday. Because I've got, last I checked, 84 gigs of footage to edit. And I started editing it, and I'm 3 minutes in to like a 20-minute video. So, fun times, fun times. Where am I gonna put it? I am running out of room again. And I'm running out of room because it's like I have to store all this stuff. It's like, this is done. I have to put this somewhere now. Where am I gonna put it? No, I can't just wear it all day. Put it over here for now. You go live over here. You live there for now. Take a photo of the helmet in the snow for the thumbnail. We don't have that much snow here. We don't have a lot of snow. I'd open the door, but the boots for the power armor are in the way. Inside a broken printer. I only have a couple broken printers right now. Only got a couple broken printers right now. So you go there. Let me wipe my desk down. Ant-Man helmet. Think that's an Ant-Man helmet? Not an Ant-Man helmet. Make it a hat for the Tico. So this is the problem. I've been working on helmet and prop stuff for the past little bit. So my desk is just a mess with like paint splatter now and like grit and little chunks of stuff. I got a vacuum. The floor is a mess in here right now. You finally fixed your SVO6. Nice! If you have a TP loaded and not ABS, it'll still print at ABS temps. It will. I think I threw it out. Yeah, I threw it out. I had one of these guys. I printed one of these. But I printed it with PLA at ABS temps or vice versa, and it worked pretty good. So, Tico needs an upgrade to rival the V0. I don't think Tico's around to do anything at all. I think. Also, I think I'm going to move the desk back. I think I'm going to shift the desk back a foot, just so I have a little bit more room on here at some point I got to do. Take over the kids' room as storage. I've already taken over enough rooms in the house No, YouTube, I won't run an ad. Shut up with the ads. It's getting annoying. Okay, so that goes there. So what are we doing today? What are we doing today? Well, we are doing this guy. I just put a bet on it just to have a bet on it. We are carrying on with the GLOOP V2. The Gloopy 2. The Gloopy 2? The Gloopy 2. And I had to print some stuff off for the Knomi. So I guess we might as well start with the tool head and work our way down under the hood. I think that's the proper way to do it. Hey, Derdeckle. 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 Okay. So, how does the Knomi go together? I printed the new front face. So we got a new front face. This is the same size. Yeah, I guess it's the same. So let's get the old one off here because we gotta do a bunch of stuff because I also got to figure out how to put the tool head in this as well. Any thoughts on ABS PC? It's a filament. Are you ready? Here's my stance on every filament. If the filament has the mechanical properties of what you need it to do, use it. Don't be using something just because it's a shiny thing or because a YouTuber told you to do it. Okay? Don't. If you need something that's flexible, print it in a flexible filament. If you want something that's just going to sit on a desk and prints on an open air machine, use PLA. Do you need to print something that could take a bit more heat but you don't have an enclosed machine? Use PETG. Use the material that the object requires. So PC ABS, the only thing I will say about PC ABS, just based off my experience with using it, it's a nice filament. It's basically, you get a stiffer ABS because ABS isn't the stiffest filament in the world. So adding some polycarbonate to it makes it a bit more stiffer. The downside is, I hope you're printing on a machine with a relatively warm chamber temperature because it layer delaminates like crazy. Because you're basically mixing two materials that don't have the greatest layer adhesion together. Or a material that doesn't have the greatest layer adhesion and one that's also susceptible to temperature change. So. Glad to see it's a 3D printer stream. Well, it's going to be whatever stream it is. Today is 3D printing. That fan out. Can't always build printers, so we will be doing different stuff over the next year. But today is a 3D printer stream. We are building the GLOOP V2 today. We are working on the GLOOP V2, hopefully get some of the electronics done. The plan is get as far as we can with the electronics. Simple as that. We're going to start with the tool head, start working our way down. And then don't forget, where did I put it? I saw it in here earlier. There it is. Don't forget, if you have not, every stream, we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to 3D GLOOP for providing the kit for this build series. We are building this printer for 3D GLOOP, so once I get it up and running, I got to figure out how to get it over to Andrew down at GLOOP. And if you want to get some GLOOP for yourself, it's some awesome stuff. I've been using it with the Power Armor build. Bloop. Link in the video description. Save 15% off your order with code Canuck. And if you're thirsty, you can buy some gamer subs with code Canuck and save 10% off your order. So do that now. What filament dryer are you using? Whatever one works. They all do the same thing. I really don't know any, like I have multiple filament dryers. They all do the same thing. They all heat filament to about 60°C with a fan. I'm using the Polymaker ones over here because Polymaker sent me 2 of them. I use a Creality one over here, although I don't like the Creality one because of the way it loads, but functionally it does the exact same thing. And then I also have a food dehydrator that I cut up and I use as a filament dryer. They all do exactly the same thing. I don't have a specific recommendation for filament dryers. Yeah. I like the Polymaker ones though, because you only need one dryer and then you just get a bunch of dry boxes and you can swap them. That part's nice. But for the most part, I really don't have a preferred model of filament dryer. They all do the same damn thing. Did I paint the belts? No. These belts Andrew sourced for the build. Two things. One, this build is not a workhorse printer. This printer will probably never see a ton of hours on it. This is mostly for like trade show booth, right? From my understanding, this machine will be at like, you go to Smurf, you go to Earth, whatever. And if Gloop has a booth there, they'll have the printer there. Okay. It's a trade show booth. Okay. It's a trade show demo printer. So that means the fact that these are steel core belts, we'll find out how long they last. Steel core belts, I highly recommend you don't build your printer using steel core belts. But Andrew found these and they're orange and they fit the theme. So we'll see how it goes. Hindsight, but Polymaker had a 10K member Discord stream last night. It had a huge discount code. You used your AF code on the order. Oh, cheers. That explains why I got so many notifications from them last night. That explains why I had so many notifications from them last night. Okay, so let's see here. So we're going to start off with the Big Tree Tech Knomi, I think. I think you have to put the Knomi first before you put the fan in. And I don't know how this works. So we'll find out as we go. This was all printed on, I reprinted it on the Prusa. So this is the stock one, which we're not using, but we are using the Knomi. So let's get the Knomi out. And then we got to put the LEDs in here as well. So I haven't done anything with the Knomi before. I have no idea how this works. It's a screen that goes in the toolhead. I haven't put one of these in my printer before, but we have one. So we might as well, I guess. BTT. Oh, God. I hate it when you're like typing something in and you accidentally hit F12 and you're like, ah, what did I do? BTT Knomi. Connectivity on them kind of sucks. They're I know they're Wi-Fi. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. Online manual here. Okay. Like, I know they're Wi-Fi, but like, I'll let Andrew deal if it has Wi-Fi issues. It'd be cool for a trade show printer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Does using Knomi impact your stealth burn performance? So they had to change the design for the intake, obviously, because on the normal stealth burner, the air come in the big hole in the front. On the Knomi stealth burner, they come in through these like side ducts. So, but not particularly useful. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of touchscreens on the toolhead. A few other companies have done. I think, didn't Anchor do that on a printer? I'm not a fan of having touchscreens on a toolhead because, like, you can't use it when the printer is moving, and you can't really. If the printer is printing fast, you can't read it right. So, okay, so. There's a bunch of that. So we got the Knomi, the antenna, and a cable. Okay. So there's the overview. Okay, configuring Wi-Fi. So do I have to hook it up? I need to switch Wi-Fi networks. Okay, you could do it after it's installed. Okay, because I don't want to set it up for my Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna, everything I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna set it up, then install it, because Andrew's gonna have to go in there. So I'm gonna program it as Andrew would have to, because he's gonna have to connect it to his Wi-Fi or whatever. Okay, so how do I put this together? Install the Knomi. Okay. Zoom in a bit so I can actually read this. Okay, so where's the Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi antenna just kind of hangs out the bottom. Okay. Okay, let's get this going. Okay. Jake England, £2 for Doggo Treat Fund. Cheers and appreciated. Thank you. So it looks like it goes up there. So did they put a new channel in this? They did. There is a new channel in this for wires. Okay. So that goes this way. It gets stuck to the fan. Okay. And then it looks like here. Oh wow, that's you could tell the sensor's like dying. There's like streaks on it. And then we have this. So it looks like the connector comes out the top. Okay. So there's a DuPont side and a connector side. So I'm assuming this is power. Greetings from the UK. Oh, cheers, Scott. Okay, so this goes through here. Do I have clearance for this, Clarence? Should have clearance. There we go. Andy Miller, $20. Cheers and appreciate it. Hey, now the Knomi is cool, but very fragile. Fragile. That means it's Italian for strong, right? Fragile. No, French for strong. Sorry, French for strong. Okay. And then we connect that in, and that in there. Okay. How old is the Hulk cam? About 5 years. The problem is I've left it on a few times and it kind of just burnt out. That's the overhead camera. So I've left it on a few times and accidentally burned it out essentially. Okay, so that goes there. This guy, I hate these connectors. The what are these called connectors? I can't remember what they're called. The antenna connectors. I hate these. I always feel like I'm gonna break them. There we go. Okay. That's that. Ah, baguette. Oui, ho. Okay. And then we got to pull those down as that pushes in, and then we put a mounting plate on top. Okay. So, I'm gonna put some gloves on. I don't want to get fingerprints on it. I want to get fingerprints on it. Is there a story behind the green camera? It's just dying. The camera's a Canon Vixia. It's a camcorder. There's the overhead camera. Okay, it's just a camcorder. But the problem is sometimes I forget to turn it off after stream. And this camera, back when years ago when I was downstairs, I accidentally left it on all the time. So it would be on for like a month at a time. And then one day it just turned green. So I stopped using it. I put it in a box. And then like a year later, it started working again. I've tried taking it down and putting it in a box. It didn't fix it this time. But now it's like, it used to just have a green tinge and then it went back to working, but now it has a green tinge and you can see these lines. So like the sensor is just straight up dying. I talked to somebody, I might be getting a replacement soon because I want a camcorder. Because the reason I want a camcorder for the overhead camera is simply because with camcorders, especially this one, you can zoom in like crazy, right? Where's my fingers? Like, 1 second here. 1 second. Like, with a camcorder, you can zoom in quite a bit and still be in focus, right? Like, look at it. Finger for reference, right? Like, you can zoom in a ton with a camcorder. And it still stays in focus. And they're cheap. But the problem is they don't make these anymore. They don't make this type of camcorder anymore. They're like $1,000 now. I bought this one for $250 new at Costco. Used, I looked on the Facebook Marketplace. I can buy one of these used for $300 on Facebook Marketplace. No. So yeah, it's end of life. Then it's okay. Let's peel this off. Nice LTT peel there. Okay, so now I have to pull these cables as I put this in, which is fun to do wearing gloves, but I don't want to get fingerprints on it. So I'm assuming the LED goes down. Okay. Oop. Tweezers. Printer is going to look great. That's the point. Honestly, this printer is more for show than actual function. So I'm okay if it's got some, it's not the built with the longest lifespan in mind. Okay, now I gotta get it centered. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's in. Okay. It's a Knomi V2. I don't know what the real difference is between the V1 and the V2, but it is a Knomi V2. And then this mounts in, I'm assuming the same. Just trying to see how you're supposed to wire that. Okay, this wire's got to go down under here, it looks like. Oh. V2S touch, okay. Well, the dimensions, it's a 300 spec V2. Okay, so this goes on top of that. I have another piece. Was I supposed to use this for something? Well, I guess we'll find out later. So that just clicks on, I guess. Aligning, be careful and integrate the entire until it's completely flush with the surface. Okay. So this just kind of goes in here, I guess. How's this supposed to snap in? How's it supposed to snap in? Does it just snap in? And that just goes there. Okay, I think. Like, is there supposed to be a gap there? Or is this? Supposed to be flush. I think it's. Well, I'm trying to figure out if it needs to be flush because there's like little tabs, but I don't know if they. Yeah, they got to go underneath. So I gotta. Oh wait, maybe. No, yeah, it's supposed to. How am I supposed to get that in there? Oh wait, oh wait, 1 second. That's why. I think it's supposed to. There's supposed to be a little break here. But it like, yeah, first layer mush. 1 second, 1 second. There we go. Okay. There's supposed to be a little break in it so you can kind of like get it into position. Trying to make sure I don't scratch the screen. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this kind of, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's, no, that's not right. Oh, that's not right. Try not to break it. It's slightly off center, so it's slightly pushing on a button. I gotta rotate. Pivot. Okay, right about there. Maybe that's why it wasn't fitting earlier. There we go. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. There we go. Okay, I think that makes a bit more sense. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Turbine fan. Install a turbine fan using the same steps as without the Knomi. Okay. Pivot. Pivot. So the only thing I don't like about this is now I don't actually have like a view of the fan itself to ensure that everything's going good. Like, that's the only thing I don't like, is now I can't, like, I think we're cleared. But, like, I can't see the fan. So if the fan starts rubbing, I don't really have a way to easily check it. And then the antenna glues on the back, it looks like. Okay. You went for a mod. I'm trying to avoid mods on this build because it's not my printer. And I want whoever, well, Andrew, down the line, essentially to not have to worry about any issues potentially with compatibility or maintenance. It's a lot easier if everything's stock. So. Okay, so now. This just kind of goes right here. Oop, nope, nope, nope. I don't think it really matters how it goes, but we're just going to stick it on there. Nope. Wow, great. I messed up. Oh, well. Behold, the fan is now has an antenna. Okay. Antenna. And then just to be super, I'm not going to say it until I can find it. I know I have it. I just don't know where. Where are you? Where are you? I know you are in here. Maybe I don't have you. Maybe I don't have it, actually. Shh. Not in here. Are you in here? No. Dang it. Okay, never mind. I was going to put a piece of Captain tape on it just to make sure, but we don't have Captain tape downstairs. Okay. Install the EBB SB blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we'll do that now. So let me get that. Let's get that. Parts. Electronics. Where's the electronics? That's not it. This box. There we go. Actually, I could probably take the gloves off now. Good afternoon. Guten Morgen. No, Guten Abend. Okie dokie. So this is going to go right about. Make sure there's nothing there for it. Yep, we're good. Okay. Realizing we might have an issue here, but okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. So now we need some screws. Where are my fasteners? Never fasteners. What do we got? M38s. M38s, the best screw in the world, the M38. Okay. Where is my fancy LTT store to the rescue? Okay, so you're gonna go right about there. Really don't like how this is sitting. They're always the most like picky thing I've ever had to deal with is these. It's funny when the V0 was originally, or when the stealth burner was originally designed, like none of these toolhead boards existed. Like we have crammed so much stuff into the stealth burner since the original design of it. It's like, well, I guess it fits. We'll take it. It's just so much has been crammed into this thing over the years. It's starting to get a little ridiculous. It's like just jam it in there. It'll fit. More clearance, more wires, more PCBs. All the parts for a new printer. Decide I want CNC parts for my V2. There you go. I will say that, like, I really wish my C-board didn't have all the stupid gremlins it had, because when it works, it's great. It's just the problem is it doesn't always work. Okay, so now we need to tap into power. And power for this is just positive and negative. So the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder tool. Oh God, yeah. This plus adding the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder board would be a lot. Andrew Rogers for the clearance fund. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. Remember, the best way to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do is become a channel member or gift memberships to others, because it allows us to do all kinds of fun stuff. I did one of those fake ads in Thursday's video that's coming up, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to hide this antenna, because you know what, we'll just do this. We'll do this. Just stuff it down there. I guess the question is, can the toolhead be made roomier? It can. The thing is, okay, so you have to remember the stealth burner is designed the way it is because it's on a Voron. And because it's on a Voron, it has to be able to fit within the bounds of the V2, the Trident, and the switch wire, okay? So because of that, there's certain design constraints. Namely, X and Y dimensioning is limited because at the front, oh, don't grab it there. So when it's like, oh, okay, move these bits. Like, so basically it has to clear in this location and this location. It's not as restricted in the Z, but it's very restricted in the X and Y. So essentially it's designed this way because it has to fit this way. But which is why I always find it funny when people put stealth burners on non-Voron printers, because like the stealth burner is designed the way it is because of the design constraints of a Voron. Once you don't have to deal with those design constraints, you can make things a little bit easier on yourself and not have to like do all this extra ducting and whatnot. You can just have the blower fan just spew right onto the printed part instead of having to make it do this travel. But then there's also alternative tool heads like okay, this is getting a tube with a Jupiter and the whatever the SLS tool head is. That's going on this guy eventually. I've been talking with Luke's lab. So we're gutting the whole tool head on here and we're putting that on. But that tool head exists because of its own design constraints. It has to be like metal SLS because of its geometry, which is a no-no for Vorons. But once you start talking mods, you can do whatever you want in mod land. So. Trying to fit wires in these little things is kind of fun. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. There we go. How is the Hero Me set? I don't even know what that is, so no idea. I'm gonna clear out some of this. So this can fit under here, and there we go. Okay, so that's that. I don't know what this part is for. It had me print it off, but I don't know what it's for. Like, it doesn't show up in here. I only have the one printed part. So I don't know what this is for. Actually, I downloaded it. I could probably just take a look at the name and it'll probably tell me. To replace the one I had problems with. So should I have used this instead of that one? Oh, I see V2. Oh, that's the V1.11. This is the V2. To make it easier. Should I bother if, like... It's not going to move. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'll put this in the bin of parts in case something happens down the line, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. Universal toolhead. Okay, this is going to sound... I hope this comes across well. I don't like universal toolhead systems. I'd rather a more specific toolhead for the printer, if that makes sense. I'm more of a design it for the use case instead of trying to make something generic that works with everything. But that's me. That's just me. Okay. So next thing is, I think we have LEDs we have to put in here. If I can find them. Where are cable kit? Maybe it's in the cable kit. LED strips. Toolhead cable, thermistor, NeoPixel chain. I'm assuming that's this. Actually, I don't know if I printed this stuff for the... Jeez. Okay, so here's this guy. What are we doing for nozzle probing? Oh, we got tap. So I don't need to put that in. Jeez, there's so many cables. I just realized I didn't print the little clear part. I gotta do that still, but I'll do that later. But I can put the rest of it in and we'll just kind of figure it out later. Although I could just cheat and do what I've done before and just hot glue it. I've done it where I've just hot glued in here instead of printing out the little clear insert. It works. Actually, you know what? 1 second. 1 second. Because this tool head's getting ripped off, right? Where's the switch? There's the switch. I'm ripping this tool head off. This tool head has those little clear plastic part that I need for the LEDs. Excusez-moi. Por favor, s'il vous plaît. Clear Pete. You'll see in a second. You'll see in a second. It'll make sense in a second. It'll make sense in a second. All makes sense in a second. Does the LDO kit? Okay, this is an older LDO kit. This is like a Rev C kit, so I don't know if it comes with it. Wow, this is. Why is this so tight? There we go. There we go. Also, I'm trying to figure out an M5 screw fell out of this somewhere and I don't know where. There we go. Got him. Okay. There's an LED that goes behind here, but you don't want to just have the LED just going. So what you do is you use this little diffuser. So you print a little diffuser out of clear PETG and you put that in there, and that way the light is diffused and it looks prettier. So put that in there. Get it in there. Nope. There we go. Okay, so that goes in there. And then we have our LEDs here. Rev C, a small, yeah, it comes with a little bit of clear PETG to print it. Voila. L'LED. Le LED, l'LED. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this is the end. I'm going to have to repin a bunch of these, aren't I? Oh, that's going to suck. Okay. While we're on this topic, do you have rainbow bark LED board or any on this machine? No. I don't like putting a lot, like personally on my personal builds, I don't even bother with LEDs, especially on the toolhead, because it's just another failure point. It's just, I've got enough light in here to see how the prints are going. Like if it comes with it, I'll put it in. But if I'm like every build that I've self-sourced doesn't have LEDs in it. I just don't bother with it. But to each their own. If you want the pretty colors, put the pretty colors in. The best part about building a Voron, it's your printer. You build it the way you want to build it. And you have full control over it. You're not limited to like what a company tells you can and cannot do with your printer. It's your printer. You do what you want. There we go. Status at a glance. I mean, I have a camera. My status is, am I making spaghetti or not? Is it making spaghetti? No? Okay, we're good. But that's just me. That's just me. You do you, fam. It's your printer. Now I get to do the fun part where I got to jam all this in here. And try not to pinch the wires. Get in your hole. These are PTFE wires, so they're a little on the stiff side. We'll do it one at a time then. Get in your hole. There's one. Be careful when you're putting wires in because they are soldered to a PCB. You don't want to accidentally like work hard in them or something and break the connection. So just be gentle, take your time, don't tug or force, just kind of line them up, let them fall in. Pretty much everything here will keep under its own tension. You don't have to like glue it in place or something. Pretty much everything will hold once it's in properly. Okay. And if you gotta go one at a time, go one at a time. Oh, that broke. Shoot. Okay. This is gonna be fun. This little piece broke on me. That'll work. Are they getting worse by the minute? Probably. The camera's dying. It's dead, Jim. The camera is dying. which really sucks because there's been a few times when I've been trying to record something like B-roll or something for a video, and it's like, oh, I could just work it on the desk and do that. But no, now I got to set up the GoPro and everything to get the camera angle. And the reason I don't use, like, I have a GoPro. The reason I'm not using the GoPro is because the GoPro doesn't have zoom. And yeah, I can digitally zoom it, but it's nowhere near as good, let's be honest. So. Okay, so now I gotta... Yeah, those lines are dying. It's dying. I mean, it doesn't help. It gets like almost to 0 degrees out here at night. I turn the heater off out here at night and it gets pretty cold. There we go, 1. 2. You gotta get back under there. Get back under there. Is it jiggling now? That's not good. Is it getting that bad? Oh, it is getting, oh, it is dying. Okay, we'll stop with the overhead cam. I'll use it for short intervals when required. Okay, so that's that. Now I gotta put this back in. Jam all those wires up. This is gonna be... Wires are tight. Actually, 1 second here. Let me get my hot glue gun because I'm a little worried about this wire here. You could, well, no, it's VATS mode's enabled. We got VATS mode enabled. I'm a little worried because the wire for the fan is kind of not supported at the moment, and I don't want it to not be supported. So it's like, put a little dab of hot glue there. Also, I'm a little, wow, these wires are tight. I don't like this. I don't like this. Let's see. I mean, if it dies, I got a backup fan, but still. I don't know why that isn't cleared for clearance there. Like, I know that's there. Oh, I guess it's just extra. Yeah. Well. Rare these days. I know, they don't really make camcorders like they used to. Everyone's, well, it's because everyone uses their phone, right? Why would you use a camcorder when you could just use your phone? Most people just use their phone for everything. And then if you want to take pictures, you have a camera for pictures. And also, most people just use, like me, you know, you just use a mirrorless for your camera. Because the sensor has a large number of green pixels, so it's more. Well, yeah, the sensor is dying. Apparently, point and shoots are starting to make a bit of a comeback, though. Just waiting on this to heat up a bit so I can put a little dollop of hot glue in here just to... That's hot. There we go. There we go. Hot glue is hot. Canon EOS R5 Mark II. The thing is, I don't really need a better camera. I'm pretty okay with the cameras I have for video. Like, I'm not making any content where me having a better camera for videos does anything. I'm nowhere near the level of type of content I do where it's like, oh man, you know how many more views I would get if I had slightly better camera quality? No, my issue is scripting and editing and making things more snappy for getting people's attention because of ADD brain kids nowadays. Everything's got to be edited like a freaking Mr. Beast video. I hate it. But you don't need a better camera to be a better content creator. Your equipment, as long as your audio is good, you need good audio. If you have bad audio, you're done. Okay, you can't be a good YouTuber, content creator with bad audio. Bad audio will kill your channel very quickly. Okay, so you need good audio. But once you have good audio, video doesn't matter as much. As long as you have good audio, video doesn't matter as much. I am shoving so much stuff in this flippin' tool head. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, there we go. That spins. Okay. So now we have to connect the fans. Do I even have room to connect the fans? So let's do RGB first. So the RGB on here is, I got to rewire the RGB in 5. Shoot. What are the RGB colors? Because these are different. Because I've got 2 fans, and I don't think these will. Yeah, I gotta repin all of this because these are 3-pin JSTs, and that ain't gonna work. These are JSTs. So I have to cut all these off and repin them with DuPonts. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Because I don't think I can just, let's see here. See if I can pop it off. I mean, what I can do if I want to be really, let's see here. That one. Stable. See, my problem is when it comes to editing videos, I edit with headphones. My hearing is horrible. If you ever meet me in person, my hearing is horrible. So I edit stuff. I literally, what I do, I'll edit my whole video, and then what I'll do is I'll play my video on one monitor while I play like literally like an episode of like LTT or something or another popular like YouTube series on the other monitor. And I'll literally just match my audio level. I mean, like, okay, yeah, that's about as loud as that. Yeah, okay, we're good. That's what I do. Because I don't have a reference because I'm like, oh, my hearing is so shot that I don't know if what I'm hearing is accurate. I don't even know if this will fit. Okay, let's see. I gotta cut these. I gotta cut this stupid thing. I got a little protector on here. I gotta. Where's my knife? Just see the top of my head. Well, I'm trying to make the LDO kit wire harness work with the Big Tree Tech SB2209, which it kind of doesn't want to. So I'm having to like depin it. but I don't have a lot of room. So what I'm going to try and do... Okay, so that's negative. Can I just connect these directly? No, those pins won't even fit on there. Yeah, I can't. See, I was hoping I could cheat and just take the connector off and just shove the fitting on. But it's too... Oh, actually. Yeah, it doesn't... Dang it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to put DuPonts on this. I hate DuPonts. I hate DuPonts. I hate crimping DuPonts. Do I even have 1-pin DuPont connectors? I do. I got a bunch. Okay. We'll be okay. We'll make this work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work, class. Make it work. This is why I never budget a specific number of episodes for the wiring of a printer build, because you never know what comes up. Like, we're having to do a bunch of crimping and stripping now. It do be how it is, though. It do be how it is. I know DuPonts suck, but it's like they use them because they're so thin. Like, DuPonts are like these are bigger than a DuPont in terms of thickness. So, okay, so now I gotta cut that off. I gotta cut it. Okay. So cut that off. Save as much as I can. Strip the wire. And after this, I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. Tremors suck. Yep. And just to get ahead of it, because somebody will probably comment at some point, I suffer from essential tremors. My hands shake. I know they do. You don't need to point it out in a video. I'm wearing one of my Gamer Subs shirt. I got a waifu on my shirt. Okay. It's funny, out of all the companies I've done like little partnerships and whatnot with, Gamer Subs has been like the best when it comes to like feedback. It's actually quite surprising in a good way, actually. Okay, so now I understand why so many content creators work with them. And I think I'm the only 3D printing content creator they're partnered with. So buy some Gamer Subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10% off your order. It's actually helped me cut down on my pop drinking quite a bit. I just heard a pop. And yeah, that kind of pop. Okay. Hopefully he's just a neighbor slamming a door or something. Drinking Red Bulls and switch to Gamer Subs. Me too. I used to drink the white can monsters, the Boomer monsters, and now I just drink the Gamer Subs. And I will say, so far we're doing pretty good on the intermittent fasting so far this year. I'm not going to say I'm down any weight so far this year, but I will say I've lost the bloaty water weight that I was carrying over the holidays. So I'm at this week I consider, like, I kind of started on New Year's Day, but I consider like this week the start of it, because I figure the first week of New Year's is like, I still had a ton of leftovers left over. So I'm like, what I'll do is I'll just try and eat a little bit cleaner and just get a good baseline. and then we'll start working on the diet. But the goal is to lose 20 pounds this year. I will say it, I was 190 pounds at the start of the year, and I don't want to be 190 pounds. Now we gotta try and fit this on. Okay. See, the problem is they put the stupid plus and minus. I can't see. There we go. Okay, so negatives at the top. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, you don't really have a ton of room to fit all those wires in there. You wish you were on that? Well, work on it. Remember, your body needs calories to make fat. So if you just stop eating as many calories, your body, it might not sit the way you want it. Fat sits differently on everyone, but you are not a, whatchamacallit. Your body obeys the laws of thermodynamics. You're not a perpetual motion machine. Your body needs energy to make big. No energy, no big. So what I do now, I do a, drop the little guy off at school in the morning, and then I go and I come home, I make myself a pot of coffee. If you want to know my super artisanal coffee making process, I literally have a 5-cup Mr. Coffee and a Black & Decker bean grinder, electric. And yeah, the whole setup cost me about 30 bucks, and that's how I make my coffee. So I do buy beans. I don't buy pre-ground coffee. I do buy beans, and I grind it myself in my Black & Decker $10 coffee grinder. And it works pretty good, actually. It actually works really good. I like it. But I make myself 2 cups of coffee in the morning. I do allow myself to have a little bit of, I use the French vanilla creamer. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's 40 calories, sue me. But I don't eat anything till noon. And then at noon, I'll make a breakfast that's usually like a piece of bacon, 2 eggs and hash browns. And then that's it. And then I don't eat anything else till dinner. And I drink a bunch of gamer subs because it's sugar-free. Fine grind, I don't know, whatever the button's set to. I really don't follow any specific process. So I figure as long as I stay under 2,000 calories a day, I will lose weight because math and science. Oh, and I started biking. We got a little workout bike in the basement. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm trying to take the connector off. Actually, where is... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to cut it. Whatever. Gotta cut them anyways. There we go. We have a little workout bike in the basement, and I do a 20 to 30 minute bike ride every morning, too. The first couple mornings, my legs are like, why are you doing this, buddy? We don't do this anymore. You quit the army. Why are you still working out? It's like, oh, gotta. So just get the heart rate up a bit for a bit. But yeah, that's all I do. Feel better. Yeah, the Black & Decker, I've had it for years. It works great. It's simple. I like the 5-cup coffee maker because it makes exactly as much coffee as we need. When it's just me in the morning, it makes 2 cups. When it's me and the wifey, it makes us a cup each. And then if we want more, we make another one. So it's actually, it works really good. You don't need, I tried doing the whole French press thing for a bit, and I stopped drinking coffee because I got annoyed with it. It's like, nope, I set it to brew. I bring the little guy to school. I come home, the coffee's done. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. Hopefully that didn't scrounge it up. Nah, I think we're good. I do pour over, which is the same amount of coffee as. Yeah, pour over, it's I don't have the time. Or it's not that I don't have the time. It's just I'm lazy. I'm not going to sit there and like, I know pour over is the same as the coffee maker, just automatic. Automatic coffee maker is like a coffee pot. It's just automatic pour over. It just drips hot water through the beans. That's all pour over is. I'm sure there's a coffee snob in the chat that knows a lot more about it than me. It's like, well, actually, but you know what? It's bean juice and it wakes me up and it keeps me from eating something in the morning. And I figure a little caffeine, get the metabolism up and burn off a little bit. Try Keurig. We have a Keurig. I have one of the K-Cup things. I don't like it. I don't like the K-Cup thing. It's extremely wasteful and not cost efficient. It's extremely wasteful. It's bad for the environment. I'm a big proponent of recycling is bullshit. But reducing and reusing stuff is much better for the environment than trying to reduce your waste. So try and reduce your waste as much as possible. You know, in the grand scheme of things, compared to a company, you are a drop in the bucket and nothing you ever do in your life will matter when it comes to trying to save the planet. When, you know, ExxonMobil is dumping gallons every day. I used to work at a mold shop. I saw how much plastic we throw out in a day. I could not exist for 10 of my lifetimes and not even offset the amount of plastic I threw out in one day working at a tool shop, at a mold shop. So, yeah. But do what you can. I mean, you can see the garbage I got here. I've got probably 10 pounds of ABS in there I'm throwing out from just prints that failed or I'm not using. Yep, reduce, reuse, recycle is in that order for a reason. Reducing is the most effective thing you can do. And then if you have to use it, reuse it, right? And at the very end, recycle. The only thing worth recycling for the most part is aluminum and glass. I believe glass is more efficient to reuse. But think of it this way. If recycling paper and plastic was worth it, you would be paid for it. That's why you get paid for aluminum cans. It's worth it to reduce aluminum or recycle aluminum. It takes less energy to remelt down aluminum and turn into something else than it does to take the raw ore and turn that into aluminum. It's cheaper to reuse aluminum. But for like paper, think of all the chemicals that go into recycling paper. You gotta bleach out all the inks, you gotta re-dye it, but that's why like recycled paper is used for like paper towels that go right in the garbage. Or like coffee containers and stuff, or like trays and whatnot. And then plastic is just a nightmare to recycle. Plastic is a nightmare to recycle. Because there's so many different types of plastic, you can't mix it up. You have to like do a whole process on it. It's, yeah. Okay, so now this goes in here. Okay, that's good. Now I got to figure out, okay, so I'm assuming on the LEDs, I got red, black, and white. I'm assuming red and black are positive and negative, and white is signal. So I'm assuming it's that way. Asphalt. Yep, asphalt. That's another thing people don't realize. You can asphalt. That's why whenever you see like some startup that's trying to like change the world by making like plastic roads because, oh, it's more efficient or something, it's bullshit. Because asphalt is like literally the most recycled thing in the world. You just grind it up, reheat it, add a little bit new bitumen, and then you just put it back out again. And voila. And then also asphalt is made with the leftovers of oil fracking. Like, so you put your crude oil in the fracking tower and it separates it into your different, like, you know, kerosene, gasoline, diesel, blah, 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 blah. And at the very bottom, you get the sludgy bitumen. Yeah, that's used for asphalt. So it's actually, you know, as bad as the whole oil industry is, they use what they get. They do find use cases for pretty much everything out of it. It's just, you know, once you burn it, it's bad. Hey, Rose is back. I'm actually looking forward to finishing the edit for this week's video. Remember, if you are a channel member or Patreon supporter, or you find the Twitch channel and give me a Twitch Prime, you get videos early. Whenever I get finished editing them, you get them. So a day or two early, usually a day early, you get them early. So if you want to help support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. It's only $2 a month. Or if you're really cool, you gift memberships to others. Or if you're really cool, you figure out why these crimpers suck. Do I have a set stream schedule? I do. Mondays, Mondays. I've never streamed on a Monday. Tuesdays and Fridays at either 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. It depends on what shift my wife's on, because she works 2 weeks days, 2 weeks afternoons. I'm the opposite of her, or I'm on the same shift as her, because we have a little guy. Somebody's got to be home to watch the little guy. I can't stream while it's just me and him. So it's 2 weeks of 11 to 2, and then 2 weeks of 2 to 5, Monday or Tuesday and Friday. And then Saturday night, we do a stream at 8 p.m. And that usually goes till 11 p.m. So it's I stream 3 days a week for 3 hours each. And then a video once a week. Shorts whenever I feel like making them. Gasoline was at one time a waste product. Yeah, it was like it was a thing with detonation, right? It was like the knocking issue. That's why they had to like lead gasoline for a while. Which screwed up, you know, that entire generation of people's brains and made them all quick to anger. You ever want a fun statistic? It's roughly about 18 years after they banned leaded gasoline, crime rates dropped across the world. Pretty much everywhere that banned leaded gasoline, about 18 years later, crime rates dropped. Because the effects that lead have on your brain while you grow up make you more impulsive and more quick and prone to anger. It just affects your brain chemistry if you grow up with lead in the environment. And this is still proven because those rates still exist in houses near airports, because piston planes still use leaded gasoline. So just remember, in most countries, the people running your country are the people that grew up with lead, which explains a lot when you think about it. Same with leaded paint. Kerosene for lamps, yep. And then you find a use case for it and whatnot. Like, that's a lot of industries. It's like microwaves, right? Ooh, actually, come on. I hate crimping DuPonts. The thing I don't like about DuPonts is the part that crimps onto the wire sleeve crosses, and I can never, they never line up right. They always go like, they're supposed to, like, on most crimps, like on a JST, when you crimp onto the sleeve, it does this. On a DuPont, they do this. And the problem is, when I crimp it, they always go like, meh. And then you gotta like, try and mash it flat. Come on. I mean, it's a ground wire, but still, come on. You need an. I know there's a DuPont crimper. I know I don't have it because I don't crimp enough DuPonts for like. Actually, I might have one downstairs. Actually, do I have it in here? No, it's downstairs somewhere. Lead and asbestos. I know. Asbestos is great. Literally, other than the fact it gives you cancer, it's great. Asbestos is great for so many things. I wish I could enclose my printer with asbestos insulation. It would be great. It's fire resistant. It's a great insulator. It'd be awesome. Except for the fact that it gives you cancer. It's like whenever they change like a cleaning product to be more eco-friendly, and it's like, well, now you know it's not going to work as good anymore. It's like a couple years back they banned one of the chemicals that most dishwashing pods use, so now they have to use different chemicals, and they are nowhere near as good. Everyone here who owns a dishwasher, you know what I'm talking about. A couple years ago, dishwashers stopped being as good because they banned one of the chemicals they used in the cleaning pods. Come on. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. Because most people are... Fun fact, I remember reading it because during the whole Tide Pod thing, I remember looking it up and only like 6 or 8 people, like it was like less than 10 people had actually been confirmed to have eaten a Tide Pod. And the majority of them were children that just like, ooh, shiny color, or people with mental issues that like the COPA or whatever that thing is that impels them to eat non-food stuff. So it's like, yes, people did eat Tide Pods, but it was like the same amount of people that like drink bleach or like eat Lego. Like it's like, it wasn't a statistical anomaly. Pika, that's what it is. But then the media ran with it, and then people started eating the Tide Pods because TikTok has ruined us as a culture. I swear. TikTok, social media has ruined us. Speaking of social media, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the smash button. There we go. Oh, are you clipped? Okay. And signal in the middle, which I'm assuming is the white wire. What in my opinion on the rat rig? I think it's a cool machine. And for those that need a large format printer and want to go down the DIY route, I think it'll serve them well. I have a VCore 3. I don't use it too much, but I do have one. And it's a solid machine. It's just not a machine I personally use a lot. But what machine isn't for me is probably for somebody else. So this is the one that the Crimson messed up on. There we go. Loss of lead oxide in the studio. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's all for the greater good, right? Wow, out of all the 3, only one of them just went right in. Okay. Lead, it's what for dinner. What about zinc? Come back, zinc! Come back, zinc! There's gonna be a couple people in the chat that'll get that. There we go. So, I think that's it. There we go. So all that just to put the Knomi in. There's all the wiring. So now we can put this back on the printer. And I think I lost one of my screws. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Off to bed. Off to bed? It's not bedtime. What printer, in my opinion, is most precise? Oh, I'll tell you. It's the printer that has a 32-bit driver, NEMA 17 motors, GT2 belt, and TMCs. Guess what? Most printers are as accurate as every other printer. Every printer on the market is as accurate as every other printer on the market. They all use the same bloody components. If somebody can explain to me how a NEMA 17 moving at 1.8 degrees with GT2 belt, like proper GT2 belt with proper GT2 gears and whatnot, can be any more accurate than another printer using the exact same spec motor and same spec melt, you can't. The only way to get more accurate is to like increase your micro stepping or use like a 0.9 degree stepper. But at that point, your degrees of accuracy are smaller than your nozzle size that's splooging out molten plastic. So within margin of error, all 3D printers are mechanically, as long as they're built well, not built well, as long as the printer is built well, all printers are mechanically as accurate as every other printer within margin of error difference. What it comes down to is the consistency of the filament you are using. And by consistency, I mean within the length of the run. Guess what? You can print something extremely accurate if your filament is 1.5 millimeters thick, as long as it knows that and you have everything tuned in correctly. It's when filament goes from thick to thin, that's when you get issues in the print. And also when it comes down to your slicer settings and your flow rate settings and how you have everything tuned. Basically, TLDR, it all has to, your printer accuracy has more to do with the software side of thing and the feed material than the actual mechanics of the printer itself. Fight me on that. You want to know the best printer the world is? Whatever printer is filled with the filament you need right then and there. And I will argue there is no best printer in the world. There are only printers that fit the use case of the user. So any printer can be the printer for you as long as it does what you need it to do. And anyone that tells you you should buy this printer without knowing why you need a 3D printer is a shill. But that's just me. And that's just my personal opinion. And everyone has their own personal opinions. That's what makes the world a fun place. Yeah, the only faster printer is more printer. And whenever you're attaching two things together, start all your screws before you tighten them. 0.9 degree are slower, but better. Oh. You know what's funny? I don't like 0.9 degree steppers. Personally, I don't like not 0.9s. I'd rather 1.8s because of the increased torque. I'd rather, any day of the week, I will take more reliability than prettiness of the print. Any day of the week. I will take a printer that will work 100% of the time and prints come out 95% looking as good as perfect versus a printer that works 95% of the time but prints 100% accurate. I would rather take that. Because guess what? If a print fails, it doesn't matter how good it was going to look. If it failed, it failed. And the moment you're starting to work on time-sensitive stuff, then reliability becomes a thing. Okay. So that is the Knomi. That only took an hour and a half. So now we got to put the controller board on. If all goes well, we might actually start putting electronics under the hood today. I'm intended swamped. Yep, I run 1.8s on every machine that I build. I run 1.8s unless the kit comes with 0.9s. And the reason I run what the kit comes with is because as somebody who, I won't say I review printers often because I don't like doing reviews. I find them boring. As somebody who's asked their opinion on printers, I like building it as it comes as a kit because then I can give feedback on the kit, right? What's the point of getting a kit if you ignore everything that came in the kit? So And here comes the part where I try to find where I put my driver. Also, yeah, 0.9s are allowed. What are we planning to put on the C-bore? I'll show you. I will show you. The C-bore is getting its entire tool head ripped out. And we are going to be putting on, if I can find it here. How am I supposed to look at that? How do I... Why can't I just... Yeah, okay, whatever. We're putting a takeoff on. It's going to get a takeoff. So it's going to have the takeoff tool head with the Jupiter, a tube. I can't remember what extruder he's going to send me. We're going to put a beacon on it. We're ripping out the cartographer. We're basically ripping out the entire tool head on this thing. Two reasons. One, this machine actually gets pretty hot in here. This chamber gets close to 70°C. And I want to have higher temp rated stuff in here because I'm starting to like, even the Nighthawk, while it works, it's starting to get a little funky and the extruder is dying on me. I've tried 3 different extruders on here and they're all just kaputting. They're all dying. So I'm just saying, screw it. I'm ripping everything out and putting known good high quality stuff in it. So also, I think I still have that throat bug because my throat's starting to tickle. Might need a top hat. That'll be fine. I have some 2040 extrusion, and I could just replace the top with 2040 extrusion if I need to. I can make it work. Actually, no. It should be fine, because the rail goes, here's the belt. So there's the belt, and there's the extruder, and there's the thing. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. I don't need a top hat. I shouldn't need a top hat. Yeah, this chamber with the clicky clack doors, and I will say the panels that they did send were pretty thick. That chamber gets pretty toasty because it also has the Nevermore in it and everything. So, hooray for garbage day! I gotta throw out so much stuff tonight. Okay, so I have a little heat sink here. I'm assuming it goes on the RP 2040, not the end stop. I'm assuming it goes on here. I don't think Modbot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it tried it with one without a top hat. I don't think you need a top hat. Okay. So we put the heat sink on the RP 2040. Actually, before I put that on, one thing I've started doing, because I've noticed this issue, clean off the chip with some ISO. Just kind of quickly give a wipe down on the chip with some ISO. Oh, it's the stepper driver that needs it? Okay. Stepper driver, okay. Where is the stepper driver? There it is. Are you sure? Does it even have room in there? I have room in there for the heatsink? That's the question. I don't even know if I have room in here. A bunch of people are saying it's stepper driver, so okay, put on the stepper driver. I forgot how tight it is in there. I'm gonna have to take that front face back off. Okay, stepper driver it is. Oh, that's why it's a really little one. Okay, so where are you? Right there. And then I think I have to put a spacer on this too. I'm not a fan of these little Kapton stickers they put on. I know why they put them on. Come on, come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Okay, good enough. Okay, there's that. Now I need a little spacer. should be in here. I was looking into reprinting the skirts with the cool pattern, but I am all out of the filament I would need to do that with. So we're not doing that. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually pretty much out of the purple, the Polymaker purple, because I wasted so much trying to print parts on that guy and they kept failing. Now, I'm gonna have to take this front face back off. I just put it on just to make sure everything fit. 2.4 myself, and I'm self-sourcing. What extruder hot end would you recommend? It depends. A good generic one, like Galileo 2 and a Rapido are like a good baseline. Personally, I'm a fan of the Revo. I like the Revo ecosystem. You can get a Revo with a piezo probe, which is the Heatsink has a piezo probe in it. So you don't even need to worry about tap or anything at all. It's super simple to set up. Extruder, if you want to go with the DIY one, I would say the Galileo 2. If you want to go with an off-the-shelf one, LGX, Orbiter, there's a bunch of good ones. There's so much good out there, it's hard to give you a bad recommendation without, and I like, there's just a lot of good out there now. There is a lot of good options out there now, which is good. Like, it's not like the old days. Remember back in the old days, back in my day, you had to go online to AliExpress and buy one of them Tringle Bob knockoff V6s. If you can find one. Yeah, the PZ probe, finding one in stock is a bit of a pain right now. It's good, but yeah, not in stock a lot, unfortunately. Okay, now I can never remember which way this is supposed to go. I think it goes like here. Okay, which way does it go again? I think it goes like that. Okay, those are too short. I need a longer one. Okay. And 5/8 are too short. You grab it? Yeah, I was gonna grab one at Smurf too, and then I completely forgot about it, and then they ran out. And I was like, "Aw." I was gonna grab two if they had them. I like them. But alas, you can only get stuff that's in stock, and if it's not in stock, you can't get it. Okay, this doesn't seem right. The heatsink can't go there. Heatsink goes on the other side. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense. And yeah, I probably should have been looking at the docs for this, but close enough. The next G fiber extruder? I'll take a look at that in a second once I get this in. I know Fadus makes some pretty good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Fadus has made some pretty good stuff over the years, so. And they make some really nice filament too. So you go about there. You go about there. There we go. And there we go. Okay. What the heck? Why aren't you lining up? Why aren't you lining up? Go in the hole. There we go. It's a little squeaky. It's still good. It's still good. Oh, wait. Shoot. That's why. Shoot. Uh-oh. 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 Hope I didn't break anything. I don't think I broke anything. Okay. I don't think we broke anything. I think we're good. We're good. I got to reprint the cable harness. There we go. There we go. The cable mount that I was using doesn't have the cutout for the connector here. So I gotta reprint this guy. Now I know that. Reprint this guy with the Big Tree Tech connector, because otherwise that ain't gonna work. That would be bad. Okay. The new famous bamboo hot end. The only thing I don't like about the additional bamboo stuff, what is it called? The Fadus Fiber Next G? What was it called again? Is Next G Fiber. Is the fact that you can't really change anything on a bamboo. So like any extruder, hot end, whatever, still has to work within the same parameters of a bamboo. You can't change like steps easily on it. Unless they changed it. Can you change your steps on a bamboo yet? Do they still, is that still locked down? Or can you change like your extruder steps on a bamboo? There we go. That lines up. You can't change anything. Yeah, I know that. I was just confirming that it hasn't changed. But yeah, that's like the downside of putting add-ons on a bamboo. Is basically any add-on you put on, you can't really change stuff too much because it still has to be compatible with the stock firmware. So yeah, you could change an extruder, but you can't like put an extruder with, you know, you have to mechanically do something that you'd be able to do with hardware. Which sucks. What probe? Tap. This has the Big Tree Tech, or well, Chaotic Lab, which is now Big Tree Tech, CNC tap kit. Does anyone board swap? You can, but it's a lot of work. You have to replace all the electronics under the hood plus the toolhead board, because neither of them are compatible with Clipper because they use Spintroll MCUs, which is a DJI part spin part. So you can't just like flash Clipper on it. It's running a non-Clipper compatible MCU. Okay, so let's start connecting stuff. This goes in here. Okay. How much room do I have here? Let's see. How much cable do I have here? Not a lot. Why do I have so much cable on my desk? Like, what is you? What is you? You're an HDMI cable. Why do I have an HDMI cable here? You can go under there. What are you? What are you? What are you? You're Ada Mini cable. Go under there. What are you? What are you? You're the camera. I need you. What are you? What are you? USB to whatever the hell that is. It's probably something. You go in there. Okay. Where do you go? Where do you go? Where are you going? Where are you going? Are you that? You're that. Unplug you. Okay. I'm gonna plug you into here. Where do you go? What are you connected to? You're the keyboard. Okay, I need you. Okay. Mobile. Okay. Deactivate. Activate. Oh wait, does this not work with the hub? I don't think this works with a hub. This camera uses like too much power for whatever reason, and I can't use it with a hub, which sucks. So I have to like go there. There we go. Ah. There we go. It's got no autofocus. That's all we got. But at least it's something. Okay. So now, where does everything go on here? Where is it actually? So let me pull up the schematic. What is this? A big tree tech. BTT. EBB. EBB. SB 2209 can. Actually, I have a powered USB hub in here I can rip out and use. No, I need the 2209 can. Build guide. What's the difference here? Oh, I'm assuming that's English. Okay. So that's that. That's all that. So, oh, I got to play with fan voltage. So we have, shoot. I'm assuming these are 24 volt fans. I'm assuming these are 24 volt fans. And, oh, don't tell me that's all behind. No, it's there. Okay. Wait. Mine doesn't look like this. Mine doesn't look like this. Mine has a probe up here. Mine doesn't look like this. I know there's like 3 versions. Okay. Oh, the yes. Okay. Oh, 2209 can is mine. I think mine's the RP2040. Yeah, mine's the RP2040 one. Oh, I was looking at this one, or this one. Okay, so it's this one. Build guide. Okay, mine does look like this. Okay, so we have 24 volt fan, so I got to put a jumper there. So let's get the little jumper out. Big old cable. By the way, the way they wrap the bags up, I don't like. I don't like the way Big Tree Tech wraps these bags up. I can never open these without ripping them. There we go. Have to use my knife. Bearded Printer, $5. Cheers and appreciate it. Just a request though, if you're gonna donate a super chat, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but if you're gonna super chat without a comment, gift a membership instead. I get the same amount, but somebody else gets to be a channel member. So like, I understand super chats because you get the message that you know I'll read. But if you're gonna just gift $5, do a membership, because then another guy gets a membership for free, and I get the same. I get the same at the end of the day, but somebody else gets something cool, and I'd rather somebody else get something too. But thank you, Bearded Printer. See, the problem is with having your name be a Bearded Printer, you can never shave your beard. It's like me. This is the channel logo. I can't change this now. I'm stuck. Bearded Bucket gifted 5 community memberships. There's a lot of bearded people here. Realizing. Okay. Oh, these are itty bitty jumpers. These are itty bitty jumpers. Okay. So itty bitty jumper on the far one. Okay. I'm assuming, are all the fans the same? Oh, I got to do all the fans. Okay. No, fan 1, fan 2. Then what's the top one? That's the bottom one. Why is it pointing at the same? Pathetic Puma gifted 5 memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Rob Howe, 5 memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Bearded Printer gifted a membership. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, there, I think. You can shave the logo. No, don't shave the logo. I have not shaved my face since I quit the army. Okay, that's a lie. I've shaved... That thing's gone. I've shaved my face once since I quit the army. In 2014. And it was for my engagement pictures when I got married. Or after I got engaged. And I will never do that again. Okay. Those are little jumpers. Lee Smith gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, so why does it... I got something in my eye and I can't see. 4 fan. What is this one? So fan 1, 2. What's this one? V4. Okay, I guess I don't touch that one at all. I'm just trying to figure out why it tells both. Like this controls both fans. Fan 1, fan 2 voltage. So I don't know why it shows it twice. And then we don't have a PWM fan, so I don't got to worry about that. RGB, so 5 volt, RGB ground, did that. Okay, so now we got to figure out, thermistor goes there. Okay, so thermistor is easy. Love the gloopy. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, it's you know 3D. You're local. You're local. But yeah, it's 3D gloop theme because it's for 3D gloop. Although it kind of sucks that this toolhead board uses a smaller connector, so I have to recrimp everything. So, which really sucks because I've already mounted everything. Yeah, this doesn't fit, so I gotta recrimp this. Tom gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. And Joseph Pitt, $5. On your enclosed Mark IV, do you preheat the chamber as you normally do, or a different process on a Prusa? Okay. One thing I've kind of learned over the years is preheating, a lot of time isn't needed. Especially, like, I haven't done it on the Prusa. I don't bother with it because by the time you get to printing, you've already, like, remember, your first few layers of the print are right next to the bed. They're on the bed and the bed's at the temperature. So preheating, I think, only works if, like, the printer is very enclosed and it's a larger printer and it, like, expands under heating, and you want to make sure the printer is at its, like, a stable size essentially before printing, or you're printing something that just gets very tall very quick. Other than that, I honestly stopped bothering with preheating, although I do it in the garage here in the winter because it can get pretty cold out here in the garage. You still need to visit the Gloop HQ. Well, head on down. Glad to see nothing was damaged in the yeah, nothing was damaged in your power outage, right? You got hit by the snow. I'm across the lake. I'm in Windsor, Ontario, so we got, like, nothing from that storm. We got, like, no snow. We had, like, a light dusting, and that was it. Or reminds me, yet again, I have the Mark 4S upgrade box put in front of me. Do it! The Mark 4S is really nice the cooling, the better part cooling. And what was the other thing? It's like better Wi-Fi or something. I can't remember what other thing they added with it. This one's just a Mark IV. This one's just a Mark IV. I have a Mark IV S downstairs. This one is pretty much stock, except for I put a hardened nozzle on it because I print carbon fiber on it. A wild Jeff. Yep. A wild Jeff appears. Sit down, everyone. We're going to learn about Raspberry Pis and Kubernetes clusters. I hate these little connectors. Little itty bitty connectors. Which ones are they? I think it's these ones. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Always make sure you're using the right connector before you crimp everything together. More snow coming here for Friday. We still have a layer. Okay, I'm up in Canada here, and we ain't got shit for a winter. It's been cold a few times. Like right now, it's like -4 out Celsius. And it's a toasty 18 Celsius in my garage with the heater going. It was 12 this morning. But like, geez, when are we even supposed to? We haven't had any snow. We haven't had any snow up here. Like, not enough snow to bury the grass. Yeah, Wednesday -5, Sunday, Thursday -4, sunny, Friday -4 with a dusting. Yeah. 1 to 3 centimeters. That's all we're getting for snow. 1 to 3 centimeters. We ain't getting, our winters suck here. I mean, if you don't like snow, they're good, but I like snow. Where'd I put my crimper? Winterpeg. Well, it's Winnipeg. Of course you guys are gonna get snow up there. Watching so many things. Dude, was it you? Who was it? It might have been an LTT video. Raspberry Pi 6 better have NVMe support or an M.2 on it. I am so tired of SD cards. Like, I know on a Pi 5 you can buy the breakout board and do it, but I don't want to have to buy a breakout board. I wish it had an M.2. I've got the Big Tree Tech Pi 2. That has an M.2 on it, but I don't use it because it's Big Tree Tech and it doesn't run a normal Pi image. And also, variable voltage input. Let me just plug in 24 volts to that bitch. I don't want to have to use buck converters and whatnot. Or a hat. Okay. I hate having to strip back the fiberglass to get these crimped. Man, eyes are getting so bad with these. I've got new glasses on the way, but they won't show up till like another week or two. SD cards are cheaper. They are cheaper, but not by much. Like, go on Amazon, you can buy like 16 gig, 20, what is it, 2228 or whatever the small is. You can buy small, cheap NVMe drives, like SATA or M.2, whatever the form. Small, cheap SSDs, relatively inexpensively. And they will last way longer than an SD card. So if you value your time, like, and if you've ever had SD cards die on you and you have to like reset up a printer from scratch because like you didn't back up the config or something, and you have to start over from scratch, believe me, you will want to not have to do that. I've had to do it once. I've been lucky. I've only had an SD card die on me once, maybe twice, because we haven't done the AR on this guy yet. But it's not something I like doing. Especially if it's got like a custom. Pi 5 has NVMe. Pi 5 has a PCI Express slot that you can put a ribbon cable in it that can connect to a hat that has NVMe. I just want it built in. I don't want to have to buy the board and a hat and an NVMe for every computer or every printer I have. I want it all in one. Just put it on the back. Change the form factor for the first time in 20 years or however long it's been. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you have to start fresh. Oh, dang it. I really hate these little wires. There we go. Okay. I mean, luckily for the heater and the thermistor, it doesn't really matter how you wire them up. There is no positive, there is no negative, but still. I hate the fiberglass insulation. That is annoying. I had 2 old SD cards. I just buy like 5 packs of like, what do I have right now? I can't remember what brand, like Patriot? I don't know. I just buy like generic 5 packs of SD cards, and when they die, they die. Come on, which way does this go? That way? That way. Get in here. Did I put the wrong ones on? Ah, come on. Did I put the wrong ones on? No, these are the only ones I got. Yeah, these are the only. Why don't you want to go in? Where is my tweezers? Small JST connectors are the bane. I really wish people used Molex KK more. Okay, these aren't. Why aren't these locking in? What is going on here? What is going on here? Come on, come on. Yeah, this isn't even, okay, you know what, I gotta start over. This is not working. This is not working. What's going on here? Yeah, these aren't working. These aren't working. Did I grab these are the wrong ones. These are all that I got. These are the only connectors I got. How are these the wrong ones? Can't be the wrong ones. Am I missing something here? Did I use the wrong connector? No? Okay. It's working on video now that I'm filing back in the studio. Nice. How's the new studio working out if you're still here? That is something I've been jealous of, is everyone's got studios. I'm in my garage. I'm in a location where trying to locate anything to use as a studio is just not viable. I live in the burbs. Okay, come on. Fiberglass insulation is, I hate fiberglass. I'm just gonna strip this and start over. This is so, start over. This is just done. I hate fiberglass. Fiberglass, everyone in chat knows fiberglass sucks to crip and strip. What I used to do actually, and it works quite well, is put on some heat shrink first and then strip it. And that works sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Come on. There we go. Okay, now you go in there. Crap. Okay. And then go there. Try not to break that. There we go. Okay. So that is that. There we go. Okay, one done. I hate these wires. I hate these wires. I hate thermistor wires. It's like, what should we use for sleeving? Fiberglass. That way, when the user has to like trim it back, it just makes a frayed mess. And then they never get a good connection because they're crimping onto fiberglass and not the wire. Yeah, let's do that. Come on, there we go. There we go. Okay. And that's an errant wire. Trim that off. Take a chunk out of my finger. And there we go. Okay, so that's that. Now, plug this in. I can't reach. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. Do it. Get in there. Haha, you are in your hole. Hopefully the wires aren't shorted on anything, because I can't see. Trying to, there's like fiberglass insulation all frayed all over it, and I can't see if I have any wires loose and shorting. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Good enough. Okay. That was annoying. So where is the heater? Heater is over there, which is actually on the back, I believe. No, the heater is on the back and it's a can. And this is not long enough. I have to make an extension. I have to extend my heater. That sucks. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I have to extend the heater. Because this heater wire is not long enough to actually get into the heater connector on the back. Yep. I'm going to have to extend that. So, what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to need some wire. Do I have any higher gauge wire out here? Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What's in the bin? Where are you? What are you? You're wire, but are you... What kind of wire are you? I think this is not what I want to use. That's just copper wire. I mean, it'll work. I'd rather use some silicone though. Oh, actually, here. What gauge are you? You're not labeled. How are you not labeled? What gauge are you? 24 gauge. I don't want 24, I want 20 gauge. Wait, this can't be 24. This is way too thick for 24 gauge. Yeah, that's 24. Shoot. What about you? What about you? What are you? Oh, actually, that might be 20. Might be 22. Actually, it's labeled on the wire itself. Okay, this wire isn't labeled. Yeah, these are all 24. Yeah, I want 20. I want 20 for the heater. I don't want to use 24 wire. Let's see here. Where would I have over here? I gotta make a wire extension. Wire extension. Ow. What are you? You are heater wire, but you are not the heater wire I want to use. What are you? Gotta have heater wire somewhere. Gotta have some leftover somewhere in here. This is a whole wire harness. Gotta be some heater wire in here. Nope. Nope. Ah, nope. Nope. What about you? Aha! Oh wait, that's filament. That's filament. Nope. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to make a new harness, I believe. Don't have what I want. Don't have what I want. And I don't want to use thinner gauge than spec. What are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? 20 gauge. There we go. 20 gauge. The Revo Voron. This isn't a Nighthawk. This is an SB2209 toolhead board. So on the SB2209, there's more connections to hook up different stuff, but on the downside of that, the board is much bigger. And the connector for the wires for the heater are on the back. So. Like, it doesn't have to be that much longer, but it's got to be longer, so I got to extend it. It is what it is. That's actually what this is. This is the old wire harness from the Seabor that I just ripped the power wires out of. Because now we got to put on a connector. And then we got to solder some stuff. So I'm not going to have a connector then another connector. That would be dumb. Ricardo, 11 euro. Cheers and appreciate it. Just because I'm always late at a live stream. What? How are you late? You're not late. You've arrived just on time. Making sure. I'm trying to figure out. It comes with. It'd be nice if there was a screw terminal instead of the microfit, but I'm just trying to figure out. It comes with. Why does it also have a USB-C connector? It doesn't use USB-C. It uses this. Why does it have a USB-C? Oh well, it is what it is. I think it's just for programming, maybe. Wait, no, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. These are DuPont. I need this guy. I need Molex. Flashing. Yeah, I guess you're right. That one. You're not what I want. You're what I want. Well, I'm hoping it comes pre-flash with firmware because I really don't want to have to flash this now that it's made. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Lock. So lock in. There we go. Lock in. Mine came empty as they are. Oh yeah, I got to go through the whole process with whatchamacallit, like the whole flashing thing with Esoterical's guide and all that. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so you go there. So how much of this do I gotta solder? That's gonna be annoying. So if I cut that there, so cut that and cut there. Okay, so cut there. Okay, then just cut those connectors off and we're good. Okay, so hopefully I can, let's see if I can do this the easy way. Let's see if I can. Oh no, because it's a heater. I got to do the whole thing. This sucks. It's all together. I wish I knew I had to extend these before I put this all together. This sucks. Okay. So we're gonna air solder. Which I hate doing, but we're gonna do it anyways. You know what, I'm just gonna take it. I don't think that'll fit through there. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do this. Let's see, what's the easiest way to do this? There's no, oh wait, there is steel. Haha! Omnifixo. Good old Omnifixo. I love the Omnifixos. Click that to that. Click that on the screw head. Boom. Wire holder. Yeah, I know it's not in focus. That's okay. Okay, power supply. I gotta fix this. This is falling apart. Plug you in. Turn you on. Get my soldering iron out. There we go. Close that. Oop, get my that. Oop, before I forget, What do we put on before we solder, class? You put it on your wire before you solder. Bit of heat shrink. Now you put the heat shrink on before you solder it. Otherwise, you forget about the heat shrink, and next thing you know, you put it all together and you go, why can't I? Oh, wait, shoot. I screwed up. Okay. Okay, so do a little bit of tinning first. Okay. So what I've done is I just clamped the Omni Fixo sitting on a screw head and then holding the wire. Super simple, super easy. Then put the heat shrink on the one first. So the problem is, again, I suffer from essential tremors. My hands shake. There is nothing I can do about it. So trying to hold this while getting a good camera angle while soldering is going to be a nightmare. So you're going to get what you get. So let me, are you on? Nope, turn on. Hey, Jerry. There we go. That's one. And then if you're wondering, it's just a TS100 soldering iron with a little bit of, it's just a TS100 soldering iron. That's what I use. Oop, oop. Before I forget, put the heat shrink on. Okay. So now we're gonna hold that. That. We go. Yeah, TS100, I've dropped it. It's like held together with tape, but it's a nice soldering iron, and I just run it off a 12 volt, 24. This is a 24 volt power supply that I just put a bunch of XT60 connectors on. And I use it for like charging lipos and stuff like that. I've got like a lipo charger that I use with it. Not the best in the world for lipo charging because of the, it's only 15 amp, but I don't have a ton of lipo, so it's not like I'm charging like, you know, a lot of drones batteries, but it's enough when I need it, or anything else that's 24 volt, you just plug in with the XT16 off you go. So it's actually really nice. Okay. So, off. Or is it essential trimmers? I don't know. That's just what they're called. Believe me, I wish they weren't essential. Okay, I need a... do I have a lighter or something? I do have a lighter. Yes, I'm doing it like a Neanderthal. Yep. And that's about it. Putting all these extra bits back in there. I don't want to lose anything. Okay. So now this, nice and good. Go over here and plug it to there. I'm gonna have to run downstairs because I think I left the wire for the, yeah, I did. 1 second. There we go. Okay, I gotta get the wire for the tap. That's downstairs. So give me 1 second. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna walk and talk and walk while I go downstairs and look for a wire. Because I know it's in here. I just gotta find it. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Ah, haha. Here we go. Voila. Found it. Oh, hey, buddy. FPV flying lately? Not right now. It's winter. When I fly my drones, I don't have any bandos near me. Okay, I literally just go out to a field and fly them around a park. Nothing too exciting. I have one that is a long range that I can fly out about 5 kilometers. So I live in Flatsville. It's farmland. So I'll fly it out around as close as you're allowed to get to like wind turbines and whatnot, and just look at stuff. Okay, so this plugs in here. Let me just double check. So we have VIN, ground, signal at the bottom. Okay. So how does this plug in? Get in there. Connecting these connectors is so much fun. Little connectors suck, not gonna lie. Little connectors suck. There we go. Okay, so that. And then where do we put the probe? So where is end stop on here? End stop's there. So we got 5-volt ground and then that. So do I have to of course I gotta repin it. Of course I gotta repin it. Because this uses the little connectors. Pull off this sleeve, that's annoying. There we go. 24 measure on power tank. Huh? It's 5-volt. What? What about 5-volt? 24-volt? I don't know why the Neptune 3 Plus my motor gets fried on same place after 5. Yeah, you're probably overvolting it. Too much juice. I want to give it too much juice. At least on the bright side, these are normal wires and I don't have to deal with the stupid fiberglass insulation, so this shouldn't take too long. Well, you have to do all this on the tool head. Did I miss why you have to do all this with the tool head on the printer? Oh, we're wiring it up. The reason I'm having to do, oop, what was that? Where did this random screw come from? Anyways, the reason I'm having to re-crimp and strip all this is because several things. One, the Knomi is an add-on. So we had to rewire the Knomi to work with the, because this is an LDO kit. It's a Rev C LDO kit. So it didn't come with a smart tool head board. So all the connectors are for the dumb tool head board, which uses a different connector than the SB2209 EBV CAN tool head board that we're using. So essentially, none of the connectors match up for what we're doing. So I'm having to redo all the connectors to make it work, because we're kind of kit bashing a few different kits together here with some extras. So what am I doing for dinner tonight? What am I doing for dinner tonight? You plug it into a 5-pin connector. So you got to be careful. If you're killing a board and you're plugging into a 5-pin connector, you got to be careful, because one, you have to make sure that the 5 pins that you're plugging in match up with the 5 pins on the connector. Like, is the order different? Are the voltages correct? Is power going to the right thing? Just because they're 5-pin connectors doesn't mean they're the same 5-pin connectors. Like, where am I doing Mary Brown's? I haven't gone to a Mary Brown's yet. I gotta try it though. I've heard you guys, was it last stream everyone was talking about Mary Brown's for some reason? Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I do have to go to Walmart though. I gotta get shorts, like workout shorts. Because honestly, I've been riding my bike in my pajamas. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Okay, so the first one is 5-volt ground GPIO. Okay, so 5 volt. Which way does this go in? That goes that way, right? Yeah. 5 volt. Ground. Signal. This camera doesn't have a focus. It's just like fixed focus at like 48 inches or something. So that's another thing. I wish I need to get a better mobile camera for this kind of stuff. There we go. So that is all that. Oh, uh-oh. That's supposed to be connected to something. Okay, 1 second. Shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, I hate these. I hate JSTs. Come on. And that came off too. Great. Thing fell apart. I mean, it'll make it easier to fix. There we go. See tool headboard page guide 17. page are we on? 17. 17. What about the thermistor? Oh wait, no, that's not page 17. Yeah. Yeah, I can use this, but I'm just using the end stop. It's 5 volt. Like the end stop's 5 volt, so it shouldn't matter. Yeah, the end stop's 5 volt. So 5 volt there, 5 volt there, it doesn't matter. I'm very much an end stop. Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's the same, it's just a pin. 5 volt ground and a pin, 5 volt ground and a pin. It doesn't matter which one you use. They're the same. Now, if this was 24 volt ground and a pin, then it would be a problem. But that isn't something we're too worried about here. But you need to I'm repinning it right now anyways. I have to change the connector. And changing a pin takes 2 seconds with a default config. It's GPIO 24 instead of 22. It takes 2 seconds. And there is no pull-up resistor. It's just an end stop. The tap is just an end stop. That's why I'm using tap. That's why I'm plugging it into end stop, because it functions like an end stop. So there we go. Okay, so that goes there. So now plug you back in here. I'm always afraid clicking in this little connector here. I have broken this so many times on different boards. Just like not broken, but like as you plug it in, you like peel it up and you're like, uh-oh. It's like you can only bend it back a few times before stuff starts to break. Okay, there we go. Voila. Magnifique. We close that. Hide our wires in there. Stuff them all in. Stuff them in. Stuff them in. Okay, make sure everything's good there. It's all gonna be different anyways once I put the other wires on, but easy peasy. And stop how to pull up. I mean, it shouldn't matter. There we go. I might have to print a different cover for this because it's not a perfect clearance. I've got wires pinched against the capacitor or something, but I think it'll be okay for now. Fix it later. Okay, there we go. I forgot to take the camera down. Voila, le Knomi. Boop. Wait. There we go. And then we plug the wire in. I am going to be using drag chains. I am going to be running this with drag chains with this. I have a few machines where I have drag chains, and then I also have the CAN bus wire going through it. Personally, especially on the V2, I think it looks better, and you don't have to deal with trying to make sure that that umbilical doesn't droop down too far as you go up in height. So on V2s, I like using the drag chain. Simple as that. I think it's beneficial. And for those wondering, the guy who designed the original like tool head board uses them in drag chains and it works fine. So I'm okay with that. So I think that's where we're gonna call it today. Is what time is it? It's 4:36. Now I gotta reprint the if anyone has a link to a drag chain, oh, I'm sure there'll be one on the let me check here. Let's check here. 2209. There's got to be some STLs somewhere, right? Cable cover, cable bridge. I'm just gonna load these all up and print whenever I need to, because I'm gonna have to print a new cable cover. I know that. I gotta print a new cable cover because the one I got won't work. Don't need that. Why is that dark? Okay, we'll download that. Need that. Nope. Gonna need that. We'll download that one too. Main body. Well, too late. It's already together. USB-C cable thing. Sure, I'll download that. Part for CAN cable. Like, I don't know. What is all this stuff? Why are there so many parts for all this? And that. Clicky probe. Tap. This has tap. Okay, so which one is this? This is EBB. Okay, so this is the newer one, so delete that. So we're gonna need to print this. Well, we're going with, oh yeah, these are for umbilicals. We're not doing umbilicals, so I just need this one here, I think. I think I just need this one, actually. I think this holds the cable. You know what? I'll print them all, and then I'll figure out what I do with them after. Okay. So the downside is I need to find some purple, because I'm all out of purple, which actually... Are you the right purple? Are you the right purple? Are you the right purple? Yes, you are the right purple. Okay. Filament. Change filament. Okay. Yeah, because that's all purple anyways. Yeah, so I got to reprint all this. But yeah, we got tap on here. So you want to know what the end stop is? That is the end stop. So we got to print all this. Print settings. Okay, so let's see. So Prusman ASA, 5, 5, 40. Good enough. Slice. I've been leaning on Victory Tech to make a cable that works with the EV3642 boards and connects to the SB board, because the side-mounted boards suck for non-clockwork too. Yeah, that's what the EBB 36 and 42 are for. They're meant for generic. It's weird seeing so much design for the stealth burner when a lot of the time it's better to not use the stealth burner instead of trying to make it work with the stealth burner. Like the XOL toolhead. That's a great toolhead. I like it. I've got it on a machine downstairs. It works great. But I don't know. Buy the book. Well, there really is no buy the book for like, this is a, like, I think if you look up the Victory Tech tap kit, we've always connected to end stops, or at least like on the LDO Nighthawk, it just connects to an end stop, I believe. I mean, it does the same thing, so. Now we'll load some of that purple. Give me some of that purple. Put some of that purple stuff in there. There we go. Get in. Yep. Oh, I gotta trim it. Ah. There we go. Oop, I just broke it. ASA. Continue. Eat the filament. There we go. The rep said it was an interesting concept. For what? Oh, okay. Have you looked at A4T from DWTAS? DIY, self-made by him, better cooling the XOL and less hassle to build with all, plus all M3 hardware. The newer version of the XOL is all M3 if I'm not mistaken. Or very close. I remember I have the XOL, and the one we built was the newer files, beta files, that were pretty much all M3 if I wasn't mistaken. And there we go. Transferring file and downloading. There we go. My feelings regarding stealth burner is that more and more people start to understand that 500 grams of plastic is not always the right thing to swindle. Stealth burner is designed for a use case. It's not 500 grams of plastic. It's not that heavy. Once you put a PCB, an extruder in it, fans, the hot end, blah, 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 then it gets heavy. It's designed the way it is to try and, like, we got to remember, when this thing was originally designed, there were no toolhead boards. So the reason this cover is that big is because you had to fit 27 freaking connectors under the hood. Like, a lot of it is legacy. That's what I mean. Like, we see people designing all this stuff to work with stealth burner when it's like, sometimes it's better to start from scratch. At least in my opinion. Like, it's designed this way because you can't have anything, like, nothing can sit out further than this. Because if it sits out further than this, you hit the front. It can't be wider than this because it hits you lose XY travel. Now, if you're okay with losing XYZ travel or X and Y travel, yeah, you can make a better tool head. So the only way you can really go is up. Simple as that. So you have to stack the extruder on top, and depending on your fans. Now, you could go with higher power, smaller fans, but those tend to be louder and more expensive. This just uses a generic 4010 and 5020 fan, which are generic fans that you can get anywhere. Like, remember, a lot of the way, remember, the base stock design of a Voron is designed that you don't need anything custom. It's designed with generic off-the-shelf parts in mind. A lot has changed over the years, but still, you can fully self-source a Voron using nothing but generic parts off AliExpress and Amazon. You do not need anything custom for these machines. That's the whole point. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can even make your own controller board. You can DIY a ramps. You can buy an Arduino Mega and DIY a ramps, pair that with a Raspberry Pi, and still make a Voron V2 work. So. Why not mount a direct drive 90 on its side? What do you mean a direct drive 90? I mean, these are direct feed tool heads. Okay, so what do we got? We got 14 minutes left. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Go down there and do that now, because we're going to be doing the draw right at 5 o'clock. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribing, you subscribe, your name pops up here. It's really cool. And then also, don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. Use the 3D GLOOP link with code Canuck. Save 15% off your GLOOP order. Use code Canuck on GamerSupps. Save 10% on your order. And just check out some of the other stuff. They're affiliate links. You know how they work. Garbage. I have an entire garbage bag of garbage here I gotta throw out. Self-sourcing. May I ask why you're self-sourcing? I know for the longest time, like, self-sourcing hasn't really been super popular for the last little bit. It's no longer as viable as it used to be, especially economically. So I'm just curious why you're self-sourcing. If you have a bunch, usually if people are self-sourcing, they already have a bunch of stuff on hand, and that makes sense. But back in the old day, it's funny, I still get comments on a clip. What was it? I did a stream where I talked about kits, and somebody's like, you know, you used to hate self-sourcing kits, and now you've changed. You're just flip-flopping your opinion, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, my brother in Christ, I'm not a politician. I'm allowed to change my opinion based on new info. Like, you can't judge somebody because they change their opinion because things change. That's how normal humans work. Yes, I made a video shitting on kits back when kits were so bad. People were buying kits and they came with V-slot extrusions. You can't mount an MGN9 to V-slot extrusion. Like, the first batches, the very, very, very first runs of Voron kits were horrendous. We're talking like the wrong type of wires, the wrong screw sizes, wrong rail types, mismatched parts. Like, there were kits that you would buy that you had to throw out like half the kit. Like, the first batches of kits were horrible. Now they're not. So my opinion on them has changed. Yeah, I have a video where, like, one of my how to print ABS videos is like, go buy eSun ABS Plus. It's great stuff. eSun ABS Plus now sucks. They changed the formula. But you can't change a video that's 4 years old. It's an old video. Things change. Quality of vendors? Yeah, there's a lot of good vendors out there now. Like, honestly, this is the best time to get into 3D printing. It's never been easier or better. What are we doing? Waiting for that to heat up? Yeah. Going around the Voron discount telling you got to self-source so you learn. No. If anyone's doing that, direct them to me and be like, nah, dog, stuff changed. If you have, like, if you have a frame or you want to reuse a bunch of hardware, yeah, sure, okay, I can see the point in self-sourcing. The problem with self-sourcing, it was good back in the pre-COVID days when you could buy your rails for AliExpress and you need 7 rails. You would buy 4 rails and then you would buy 3 rails and you would get them for free. Or free shipping, right? Back in the old days, AliExpress had like no shipping charges. The problem was you waited anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months for everything to show up, but you could self-source your Voron for under $1,000 at one point. Those days don't exist anymore. Those days don't exist. It is cheaper a lot of times just to buy the kit. One, it comes with a bunch of goodies. So especially like the LDO kits, they come with pre-made wiring harnesses and a bunch of other stuff that just makes the build easier and better. And 2, you're only paying shipping, taxes, and duties once. And a lot of time it's already in country, so you're not having to pay import duties. So, still has free shipping. It's not what it used to be. Free shipping on AliExpress used to be like legit free shipping. Now, when you buy something on AliExpress and it has free shipping, it's just rolled into the price of the part, and the part is a lot more. Like, it's noticeable, believe me. I used to be an AliExpress Diamond member. I used to have the Diamond badge on my AliExpress account because I spent so much with them. And believe me, stuff has changed. It is nowhere near how cheap it used to be. Oh yeah, the pre-made wiring harnesses are so worth it now. What are you doing? Oh, we're in a hot end to heat up. So. Close all that, close all that. We got all that done. I don't have money, and I thought that it would save money. Apparently that wasn't the case, but I thought that a part of the printer every time I had money. Well, I mean, that's fair. Like, if you're buying it piecemeal, like, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to self-source anymore, and you'll probably get more learning experience out of doing it on your own. It's just not, it's not the go-to method anymore. Simple as that. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Is there any 3D printing news we can talk about for the last couple of minutes here? Anything exciting going on in the world of 3D printing? I saw Creality has their A1 clone. Times have changed, haven't they? Let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up here. Creality. Like, it used to be Creality was a Prusa clone. You know, it wasn't. I don't know why people ever called Creality Prusa clones. They made bed flingers. It wasn't a clone of a Prusa. Made V-wheel bed flingers. You can't call a V-wheel bed flinger a clone of a Mark II. But now they have the Creality High. First off, whoever's picking up the names for these Creality printers, what the hell? What the hell? Actually, who has it? Shoot, who? Applications. Let me see, find it here. Where is it? Where is it? Denise had it. Yeah, Denise had a picture of it. There you go. This Creality High combo. One, High, stupid name for a printer. Fire whoever's naming your machines. Two, it's an A1. It's an A1 for $450. You have to be able to beat Bamboo on either quality control, which Creality's not going to do, price, which Creality apparently can't, or ease of use. They're like, how do you, like, the only advantage it has is the filament I think this is the standard CFS. So hey, unlike Bamboo doing shitty business practices, where the AMS Lite only works with the A1 series and the AMS Full only works with the X1 and the P1, and you can't cross them. So, which really sucks if you buy an A1 with an AMS Lite, and then you realize, oh, I need to print ABS, I need to enclose, I'm gonna get an enclosed printer, you go buy a P1, you can't take your AMS Lite and put it on a P1. They could have designed it to work, but they said, fuck you and no, buy the new one. At least I give Creality props for having their CFS be cross-compatible. So that's a bonus. So this machine I could see buying if, like, you already have a K1 with the CFS and you're like, well, I'll buy this, and then for when I need the to do multicolor on it, I can, and I can swap the CFS around. That's nice. But other than that, it's you know, this is going to be a clunkier interface. You know, it's not going to be as easy to use as a Bamboo, and it's more than a Bamboo A1 with the AMS Lite combo. The only real advantage is the whole CFS being cross-compatible. So it's going to be interesting over the next year to see what companies survive. Prusa will be fine. Bamboo will be fine. The big players, if anyone has a LinkedIn account and has been following some of the bigger hitters in 3D printing, they're dropping like flies. In terms of like industrial and commercial 3D printing companies, they have been dropping like flies over the last year. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the hobby level consumer market for 3D printing over the next year. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be interesting. Shitality is too big to fail, but a man can dream. I love when people say that Prusa is scared of Bamboo. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they had meetings. I'm sure it was like a little bit of a wake-up call. But it's not Prusa that is scared of Bamboo. It's Creality. It's Cheaty. It's ANET. Is ANET even still around? It's the companies that are their direct competition. Yes, Prusa and Bamboo are competitors, but they're not one-to-one competitors. Creality is a one-to-one competitor with Bamboo. And Bamboo's making better machines cheaper. Prusa's more diversified. Yes, Prusa was smart and diversified years ago and also moved production onshore. I mean, even look at Polymaker is now making filament in the US. So, like, and your future boy over there downstairs, my downstairs neighbor had a press conference today and he's like, yeah, no, we are doing those tariffs. And it's like, well, we'll see how it goes. I gotta clean the machine. I gotta take this out in the parking lot, in my driveway and blow it off with an air gun. It's been sitting over here on the floor but because I've been doing like painting and handwork and a bunch of stuff in here, working on all the cosplay stuff, it's got a nice little layer of dust on it I gotta clean off. It doesn't help the machine's white. Shows all the dust. Oh yeah, the Gulf of America. You know, sometimes when you have a crackhead neighbor downstairs, they're a little funny, but at a certain point they stop being funny. And it just becomes sad. The Gulf of America. We're gonna rename it to the Gulf of America. And the whole, you know, Annex Canada thing is getting very old very fast. If you didn't see it, we finished this on Saturday, on the Saturday stream. We finished the Ripper. You won't be seeing me work on the last pistol though, because we're gonna be doing that, two things. One, probably Thursday, we're gonna be doing a members only live stream. So if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, we are gonna be doing a members only live stream on Thursday. I'm gonna be working on the Fallout AEP7 laser pistol on that live stream while filming it for B-roll. So I figured knock out two birds, one stone, do a member stream and work on that. And then that'll all be on a video. So along with this, but this will just be, this is an inert prop. There's nothing to it. What do I think of the Reaper print head? It looks pretty cool. Sorry, but how exactly is Prusa not competing? I was saying one-to-one competing. They are competing, but they're not one-to-one competing. I'm saying one-to-one competing because Bamboo and Creality are basically going after the exact same market segment. Whereas Prusa, yeah, they're also going after consumer, you know, hobbyist level 3D printing, but they also have a business side. They also have their filament production line. They also have their slicer. They are more diversified. So it's like, yeah, they're competing on some front, but they're not a one-to-one competitor. They are competing. They're Venn diagramming. They're not overlapping. Ontario by Alaska. Yeah, my eyes are getting bad. Like I'm nearsighted, but like the problem is when I'm soldering. Here, let me show you. I'll show you my problem. Oh, the camera that fell. So I'm soldering right here, but I'm looking this way, and I got a big old light shining in my face. Yeah, it's like Sony, Admiral Dama saying, Sony makes high-end cameras for Hollywood, but that's not their only business thing. So yeah, they're competing against like Ari or Red Dragon or whatever, but they're not one-to-one competing. They just happen to have some of the same market. It's worse when you're nearsighted, you can't see things. No, nearsighted means I can see up close. It's far away is blurry. It's when you're farsighted, you can see stuff up close, or stuff up close is blurry, I believe. Stuff up close is good. Stuff far away, blurry for me. So I'm nearsighted. I'm nearsighted, but I can't read up close. Ooh, that sucks. I've got new glasses on the way. I'm just waiting on them to show up so I can go pick them up. So they're almost the same style as these ones. You probably won't notice when I get them. I'm still happy how well this turned out. This is, for if you don't know what this is the Ripper from Fallout. Although it's more based on the Fallout 3 and New Vegas variant. There's a few different variants of the Ripper, but this is gonna go with the power armor. So. Woo. Actually, put this down so it doesn't fall. Take your phone. Yeah. Okay, are we doing the giveaway? Let's do the giveaway. If you did not enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you have until like that went on an adventure. You have until like click the button to shut it down to do that. So let's do this. Close that. Close that. Close that. Ooh, who messaged me? Who messaged me? Who messaged me? What? Okay. So responses, published, close, save, link to sheets, create sheet, linking to spreadsheet, view in sheets. I really hate the new, I complain about it every time I have to deal with it. The new interface for Google Docs sucks. So they've added basically everything is an extra step, and it's super annoying. File, save. There we go. Okay, marbles. Let's load up marbles. Looks Warhammer. Similar. I know it looks like a chainsword, but it's not. Okay. Nope, not Grand Prix. Race. So we need clear, open. Oop, I didn't. Clear, open. So what do we got today? What do we got? We got 324 people. And we are going to do, let's go to the bottom. Let's do twists and turns. Bots. 3, 2, 4. Bots, play. So how this works, if you win a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your name and you win, you also get a free hat from the merch store. So good luck to Jeffrey Bizon. Jeffrey Bizon. If you win, you get a free hat along with your spool of filament from Polymaker. Good luck. What I should be doing is, how do you turn the name? Is it Alt? Yeah. Okay, in the future, I'm going to be turning the names off when I pick. Like, to be honest, all of them are random. I don't pick anyone favorite. I just literally whatever's closest to the middle of the screen. But in the future, I'm going to be turning off names when I pick, just to make it a little bit more fair. Try to avoid bias, because I don't know who any of these people are, but it is what it is. Oh, is this a long one? No. I don't know. What is this over here? Why is there like a degraded one over here? Am I missing something? Is there lore to marbles? Is there like marble lore that I'm missing out on? Also, don't forget, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you're subscribed to the channel and you like the smash button, it makes your ball greased up and go even faster. Are those red belts? They are orange. They're orangey red. They're orangey red. Ein. This is yours to lose, Ein. This is yours to lose. Ooh, that's gonna be, oh, who's gonna go off the front? Oh no, that's a divider. Come on, Ein. It's up to you, Ein. You're in the lead. It's yours to lose. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Are we gonna get a snipe though? Are we gonna get a snipe? Oh. Ein has it. No snipe today. Congratulations, Ein. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. Let me pull you up here. Ein. If I can find you. There we go. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So shout out Polymaker. Turn the game off, but I still hear it. Or is that the music? That's the music. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. We will continue on this next Tuesday. I wish the toolhead didn't take as long as it did, but I didn't realize I had to re-crimp all the connectors on it. So is what it is. But next week we'll carry on. We'll start wiring stuff up under the hood and we'll go on from there. So I want to give a huge shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. While you're down there, don't forget to check out 3D GLOOP. They sponsored the kit for this build series itself. Check them out. Link in the description. Use code Canuck, save 15% on your order. Buy some gamer subs, use code Canuck, save 10% on your order. And then for the rest, they're affiliate links, you know how they work. And then for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. Calling it there. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you on Friday. And don't forget, video on Thursday, early tomorrow, if I get it done editing in time, for channel members.